Well, it's another interesting week here for Kenny's Two Pennies. But I'm gonna start off with a story where I wonder, did one favorite sport combine with another favorite sport? It was racing and wrestling Saturday night at Texas Motor Speedway. Yeah, I wonder if the WWF and NASCAR combined to form one sport. Well, for those of you who watched, Jimmy Johnson did win his third consecutive fall race there at Texas, but the talk was what happened after the race was over. It seems as though Brad Keselowski keeps rubbing other racers the wrong way, and guess what? Him and Jeff Gordon got into a major brouhaha there on the speedway, especially when everything was over. Of course, Keselowski and Gordon touched there with 2 laps to go, and Gordon spun out. And afterwards, Gordon and Keselowski got into it in the pit area. Well, years ago, it seemed as though Gordon wouldn't mix it up, but I guess since he's trying to outgrow his, Wonder Kid thing, Gordon's trying to show that, hey, he's like Tony Stewart, likes to mix it up. Well, you know what? You may be older, you don't win as much, but still, I don't really like you, Jeff Gordon. Well, Tony Stewart's Tony Stewart, and he'll always be Tony Stewart. But Brad Keselowski's starting to get a little bit of a rep as a dirty driver. Heck, he's gotten into several little scrums here this season. And I wonder, was Gene Tunney there or whatever? In this corner, from God knows where, weighing in at 150 pounds, Brad the Killer Keselowski. And here, from Indiana, weighing in at 150 pounds, it's Jeff Pizza Face Punk Gordon. Of course, that's what I called Gordon when he was winning all the time all those years ago. But racing and wrestling, I don't know if it mixed. Well, we'll see. Stay tuned, shall we? That was an interesting thing, and of course, Keselowski was spitting blood, and Gordon had a nice bloody lip. We'll see what NASCAR does. But I wonder if the WWF and Vince McMahon was looking at this. Well, let's go from racing and wrestling to kind of a low story here. I'm sorry to say, but for those of you who like Joe's Hots, it's over after I think 4 years in business here in Seneca Falls. That was a nice little restaurant downtown, but the thing is, I'm kind of wondering, several businesses have tried to go in there ever since Burn Furniture closed its doors. Heck, we had Bailey's Ice Cream, then we had Zuzu's Cafe, which was a focal point for the It's a Wonderful Life celebration. And then Joe's Hots moved in and tried to make a go of it. But unfortunately, the owner decided to shut the place down. And that's a sad thing, because you know what? They had some nice hamburgers, plus they had a nice jukebox in there. Heck, I remember interrupting everybody's train of thought when I played In My Dreams by Dokken on their jukebox. Well, I appreciate you trying to make a go of it, Joe, but apparently you couldn't make a go of it down here, and I'm sorry about that. I wish you continued luck with your big place there in Geneva, because you've established yourself with Geneva because you got all of the kids from Hobart and William Smith to come to your restaurant. Of course, the thing is, I kind of wonder, there really needs to be a place here for the kids around Waterloo and maybe Seneca Falls. Waterloo and Seneca Falls, pardon me, to go to. Boy, that was a slip-up that's going to get me angry with some minors grads. But, we need a place where the kids can come, hang out, and be kids. A nice little restaurant. But Joe's, you had a nice little business. I wish you well. And I'm going to say, it's that time of year again, Q-Spans. it's time to play a little hoop, shall we? 'Cause you know, that was the good thing for Cuse fans this past weekend. 'Cause you know what the football team did? Ugh. But what I'm talking about is it's hoops time, Cuse fans. And SU, with their first exhibition game yesterday against Carleton College of Canada, started to work out some of the kinks of what may be a transitional year for the basketball program. 'Cause you know, we're going from all of that talent we lost to some new talent with the McCullough and Joseph coming in. And I should say, Joseph looked pretty good, scoring 19 points for the Orange. And also Ron Patterson maybe complimenting Trevor Cooney from shooting from three-point land. And Rakeem Christmas maybe becoming a more complete player in his senior campaign. Well, you know, we need kids to step up with all of the talent we lost. 'Cause, I mean, this is going to be a trying year for the Cuse program. We're ranked 24th, I think, in preseason polls. Plus, with the little cloud that whole NCAA committee investigation thing may be hovering, you know, this may be a difficult year for Boeheim. But, you know, Boeheim's team doesn't reload. They just retool. They just reload. And you know, if anybody can do it, Boeheim can. So I want to see him go after the refs again if he gets robbed of a call like he did against Duke last year. But on the other hand, football team, almost you can stick a fork in them. What the hell was that against North Carolina State? Boy, I'm wondering what the Cuse is thinking. They can go into these games that they can win and they lay a big egg. Or because it was past Halloween, maybe they ate too much candy and got too logy because of all the sugar. Of course, sugar's supposed to have energy in them, but it looked as though the Cuse football team didn't. Boy, did they lay one against North Carolina State, just about killing any chance they had of going to the postseason. 'Cause they got games against Duke, against Pitt, and against Boston College. What looked to be winnable. Of course, you gotta wonder, are they gonna win a game at all the rest of this season? And last but not least, yes, tomorrow it's Election Day. And remember who I vouched for a couple weeks ago. Plus also, there's races for comptroller and for attorney general, and also locally for coroner. Of course, I'm kind of thinking for coroner of voting for Mike Kelly and Al Hocker. But I mean, I'm not unsure for attorney general and for comptroller who I'm going to vote for. But I'm reminding all of you to get out and vote. I'm Ken Haas, and that's my story for this week.